Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war.
Menu narration option is set to off.
Salute when you see me. That jealousy is an ocean and you either float or you sink. Moment of truth, credit check, you not approved. BB King, I'm in love with the blues. Don't start me up, I got finishing moves. Look, salute when you see me. Slid through all the commotion, it's breaking news, they got an ad on TV. Popping out on them, I'm politicking, probably in a section where you not permitted. My honey's matching my Dodger fitted, playing all go, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute when you see me, I bought her a CC and that was her purse. Disgusting what do for a purse, disgusting what do for the clout. I'm one of the realest, the realest could vouch. They thought I was done, but all I doubt, you gotta play my next around.
It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Jaguars and the Saints coming up next.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and second down. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he's got this down to the 35.
That was a fun one to watch right there. Nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Good footwork at the 30. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well. Let's go! This passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate. Got the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
So I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Morris. That catch good for only a couple. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. And I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Play number 8 here on the opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence. Here's a Louisiana native from the town of Jennings. It's Travis Etienne. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. This defense for the Saints, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Well, we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
From the 29, Lawrence. Sharp's got it, left side.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Lawrence rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And this defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Etienne. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings us up to the 47.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Throw it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They go play action now. Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to the ground with Etienne. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Come on, set, 18 game.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. That one complete. He finds Sharp. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. On play action, Lawrence. They're trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Saints are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Now, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 games of football. Because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but number 40 takes it inside the 40.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Back to throw now on 1st down. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And whenever we got in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend. That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Well, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take
touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown of the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Looks good on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The play fake. Here's Lawrence. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run. He'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
On third down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
I know we're just in the second quarter. There's ways to go in this game. But that's a second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll come out throwing here on first down. We'll get this one underneath to Kamara. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second and 5. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Out of the gun now on third down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
I'm going to call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Flush to his right, and he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, I think it's high time we get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. They go play action with Lawrence. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. It's caught inside the 25. A big connection on that one, 37 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Thomas has got it, complete. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. And he'll find Ruggs on the right side. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a first and 10 from the 10. So that'll back them up 5.
Still first down.
Stiffer challenge now. First and 15 following the delay of game. Here's Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On second down, a run with ETN. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. The kick by Lambeau is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, You're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. The Bucs trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. Adam Thielen, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. Colin Kaepernick, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. You know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good edge scheme going.
On third down, here's Etienne. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
On first down, right back to Etienne. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And Thomas has it. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A give, running right, Etienne takes to midfield, but no further, just a yard there.
I I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Still 9 remaining on second down. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. Here he was, the intended receiver. It's going to be 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
A shotgun snap and again to ETN. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Another toe for ETN. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
On 1st down, Lawrence. Off to Thomas on the left side. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the 1st half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Zach Ball there on the tackle.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, But the key to good rushing defense is still helping your linebackers set the edge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down. That's the end of the
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Guys, man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Henry Ruggs with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter.
Josh Lambo indicates on 4 Jacksonville.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kicks away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, this is Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
And the big fella stepped that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let's go.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they thought they wanted to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. K'Lavon Chaisson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. They're going to look to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Back to throw here. Back to Kamara for another catch. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and they'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Etienne with it. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
I never can hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Second down and 8. Here's Lawrence to throw. Sharp's got it left side. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. Now Lawrence. Flushed out right. And he goes out right around the 39.
Let's go! Let's go! How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Etienne. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First down now with that clock rolling. Now Etienne. They find some open field here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. Here's a give to Etienne. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. This will be the 8th play in the drive. It's 3rd and 7. It's Etienne. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. And when people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long, eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get high.
The kicker, Josh Lambo. This for the lead in the final stages. And Lambo will put this one through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations
all the time.
They've done it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. And he gets this out across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Morris. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw. It's complete. Kamara. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field.
Back to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock. It lets your offense catch its breath. It lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
He'll look to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. Back to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds seconds remaining in the ball game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Time. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it, at least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a first throw here in overtime. That's going to be caught. It's Shenault. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. They go play action with Lawrence. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Second and 10. On play action. And he's taken down here by the Saints. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Lawrence will throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Saints are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to it and hold it for just a short gain.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that is incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On second down, Etienne once more. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We worked a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Come on, man. Take that course.
139 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Listen, he stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Here's Etienne. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Jacksonville. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? No, like any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And they'll run here with Etienne. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And Rodney, when you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to him.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Sliding out of the pocket. And this one is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down, and the Saints will have the football back.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. It's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
Push it back. Push it back.
They're going to look to throw. Gets this one to Morris. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's got some space here. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. So it all loose now on the right leg of Will Lutz. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner.
14-yard attempt.